Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bettina and I'm the makeup enthusiast. In today's video we are recapping past purchases. So I have been doing monthly haul videos since I think before 2019, but I have been documenting them basically every single month since 2019. So I thought it would be a fun idea to go through all my purchases from 2019 onwards each month and recap on, you know, the successes of the purchases and the fails of the purchases, what I've like repurchased since, am I still using those products, you know, all of the deets. So we're gonna start with January, February 2019. So I have a fairly large list of products that I purchased / received in 2019. I did get a mystery box from Suva Beauty. I got a number of things from that mystery box, these being some of them. I did also get a few other bits and pieces. I got 2 of their hydro liners, which I already had in my collection, and I ended up giving them away in a giveaway. Then also in that box I got the Suva Beauty Saffron palette. This is what that one looks like. I've used this a few times, but it's not one of my go-to palettes. There's some pretty colors in here and the mattes are really nice, but I just don't religiously reach for this. I do need to grab it out again because I haven't given it the love it deserves. I probably used this maybe twice since I got it, and you know, it's a pretty palette, but I just don't grab towards it. Then I also got 4 of the, what are these called? These are the Moisture Matte Liquid Lipsticks. And I actually had to go searching around in my drawer for these because I couldn't find them. They're like right at the back of one of my drawers, hiding away back there. So I haven't worn these all that much. I did dab this one here, which is Awakening, over the top of the red lipstick that I'm wearing today, just to like mute it and matte it down a little bit, which it was nice for that effect. But I just haven't really grabbed for these, and I think because they got lost in a cup at the back of my drawer, I'm gonna pull these forward and see if I can get some use out of them. I think this one here, Dreamer, I think that might be a really nice like everyday nude, even if I mixed it with Awakening. Those two combined might be really nice for me to wear on a daily basis. But I've just kind of gone off the liquid lipstick bandwagon of late, and I haven't been reaching for my liquid lipsticks as much as I used to. So that's probably the main reason why I haven't grabbed for these. They come in kind of cool colors, like this blue one is a really cool color. Even the purple one's nice. I haven't reached for like really any of my liquid lipsticks of late. I've just been rocking the like nude bullet lipstick lately, and I've been loving it. Also got 3 brushes in that mystery box. So I got the 550, the 460 and the 350. So out of all of them, this one here, the 460, I don't love this brush. I do find it can be a little bit scratchy at times, just with the bristles of the brush. I don't love it. I do like the length of the bristles. It does give you that nice like flexibility when it comes to blending, but I don't love the bristles, like I said. Find them scratchy. The 550, I really like this brush for packing shadow on, but for myself, for my eyes, I just find it's a little bit too wide. Like, it is quite a wide brush. So for myself, for packing shadow on, I just find that it takes up too much space. I can't get like a nice precise application, which is what I like, but it is a good brush if you do have a decent amount of lid space. I find it picks up shadow really quite well. And then the last one was the 350. And since getting this one in the mystery box, I have purchased, I think, another 2 of these brushes. I really like these brushes for running shadow under my eye. It's not the most soft and delicate brush by any means, but I feel like it really does the job when it comes to depositing color under my eye. I don't love to blow out my eyeshadow quite a lot under my eyes. I like to keep it quite close and narrow to my under eyelid, just because I have fine lines and creases under my eyes. If I pull it too far down, I find the shadow collects in those creases and then it travels even further down, and it ends up making me look like I'm tired and sick and have like dark circles. So this keeps it really nice and precise and narrow to my under eye. It deposits like the perfect amount of product. If you want it to be like a really intense color payoff, you can get that. If you want it to be really nice and soft, you can also get that. I'd be down to get some more Suva smudge brushes. Those little smudge brushes, I love them. Absolutely love them. If you have sensitive eyes, I wouldn't recommend getting this one. Sometimes when I have sensitivities like on my lower lash line, I don't like to use this one because it can be a little bit scratchy. So if you don't like that feeling or sensation around your eyes, I'd avoid this one. Yeah, I like the Suva brushes. Like I just bagged out some of them, but the smaller brushes and the liner brushes, are so good. So good. The last thing that I got in that mystery box was the liquid chromes, and I got the color Trust Fund. I haven't used this. This is 2 years old and I haven't used it. I just find it's too dark for my skin tone. I might, grab this one out and maybe give it a try to use under my foundation, see how that goes and test it out that way. But I think that it's still going to be too dark for my skin. Maybe I could put it on my shoulders or something. I don't know. My legs, I don't know. I'll have to find something for that. It's like too old to give it away to someone now. Like this is 2 years old. I can't give it to someone now. I placed an order with Ella Cosmetics in February of 2019, and I think this was the first order that I ever placed with Ella Cosmetics. Because I'm not a fan of buying brush sets, I just like hand cherry picked some brushes that I wanted to try from Ella Cosmetics, and then I also picked up a duo pack of the beauty sponge. I actually think this might be the same pack. Maybe I've purchased another pack since then, but I've still got one in here. I've tried to ease off using beauty blenders. I feel in my bones. I'm just trying to back off going through so many beauty sponges. The way my brain works when it comes to beauty sponges is what happens to them after I throw them in the bin. Because they are like a sponge type product, I'm not quite sure. I haven't really done much research in it, but in my head, I think, how long is this taking to break down? And I've only used it, for a couple of months. How long is it going to be around for before it completely breaks down? As much as I love beauty sponges, like I'm a diehard beauty blender fan. And then when I discovered the Ella Cosmetics sponge, like this blows the beauty blender out of the water. But, through research and whatnot, I've tried to move away from using more disposable type products like this. I know this is a product that you can reuse, but at the end of the day, you still do just throw it out. So I've tried to move more towards using my brushes. So back to using my flat top kabuki brushes, different things like that to apply foundation. As much as I love the effect of beauty sponges to apply my foundation, I just think, in my personal opinion, that using my brushes is a much better way to go for the environment. I've had this one kicking around in my drawer for ages and I haven't grabbed it out. I threw out all my beauty sponges last year, the ones that I had sitting in a little tub for months and months and months. And since then, I haven't repurchased any beauty sponges and I haven't even opened this one. Just because of that reason. I find that my brushes I can wash and reuse. My flat top kabukis I've had for, I want to say, maybe 8 years now, and they are still really, really good quality. They still work perfectly. Whereas this one, I would find myself throwing these out every, say, 3 to 6 months. I always pushed it further because I do wash the sponges on a semi-regular basis. So every 2 to 3 days I was washing my beauty sponge. So I pushed it to a further extent than most people probably would with their sponges. But what I do use is these brushes. So I picked up a few brushes from Ella Cosmetics. This one here is the tapered highlight brush. I use this on a fairly regular basis. This is one of my go-to highlighter brushes. So I use this mainly for powder. I don't totally love it for creams or for like gelée type products. So I use this one for powder. I did actually use it to apply my highlight today. I just like the shape of it, how it's kind of puffs out and then it comes back up to a taper. I always find myself putting the highlight like on this edge here and then applying it. Then you can go in with the tip and blend it out that way. I really like this one. Pencil brush. I think this is a good pencil brush. I'm a big fan of smaller size pencil brushes. If you like kind of pencil or bullet type brushes for depositing color, like on your outer corner, different things like that, this is a good one. But if you, like me, like finer, smaller pencil brushes for color on your inner corner, you'll probably find this one is a little bit too big. But at the end of the day, I still think it's a good brush. I think the Ella Cosmetics brushes are really good quality and they are Australian owned as well. The blending and the crease brush. So I'm a fan of both of these brushes. For me personally though, the blending brush I find is a little bit too big and puffy. But if you are wanting to deposit a lot of color or a wash of color, this one's a really good one. Even if you have smaller eyes, you can kind of start it in your crease and then the outer edges of the brush will help blend that out for you. Really like that one. The crease brush I'm a fan of. I find it's narrow enough that it stays in my crease. So if I want to blow a color out, I will use the blending brush. If I want to keep the color more concentrated in a more narrow area, I will use the crease brush. And you can either use the crease brush in your crease long ways or horizontally or vertically. It's going to give you a different effect either way, but I do like these ones. And my favorite brush, and I recommend this brush to everyone from Ella Cosmetics. This is probably one of my most favorite brushes in my collection, is their detailed brush. This is the most amazing brush for cut creases, for laying color down on your lid, for finer detail work. This is the most perfect brush, especially if you have smaller eyes. If you have smaller eyes and you are wanting to do a cut crease, like you're not going to get the cut really high up, you're gonna have more control over it. It will also help you lay color really tightly. And when I say that, like if you want to do a multi-cut cut crease, this one's really good because it's a really small brush and it only picks up like the width of the brush. So if you're wanting really small cuts in your crease, this is one of the best brushes ever. I use this all the time. I think I have 4 of these brushes now. I would be down to get more because I think all of my detail brushes have actually ended up in my makeup kit brushes. So I'd like to get some more for my own personal collection, but they always seem to end up back in my makeup kit. Like I said, I think I have about 4 of these and they're the best brushes ever. Ella Cosmetics is fairly cheap. I think these detail brushes are like 12 Australian dollars. So get on it, Next we have a few bits and pieces that I got for my birthday. I think mainly in 2019 for my birthday, I got like clothing. I'm not going to recap on that because most of the clothing I brought back in 2019, I don't even have anymore. A few of the shirts I still have, don't totally fit into them anymore. I'm working on that. But yeah, the jumpers and stuff I still have that I mentioned in that video. Viktor & Rolf Bon Bon perfume. Got this from my parents for my birthday that year. I'm not quite sure if this is the same bottle that I got that year or whether they have purchased me another bottle since then. I love Viktor & Rolf Bon Bon perfume. In my personal opinion, Bon Bon is the best perfume that Viktor & Rolf have ever come out with. I used to be a diehard fan of Flower Bomb. I used to wear it at high school all the time. It was like my go-to perfume, and I know that's a hella bougie perfume for someone to be wearing in high school. But I think my parents got me my first bottle through duty free, so that's why I ended up falling in love with it. But ever since then, whenever I smell Flower Bomb, I get like a headache. Maybe it's like traumatic memories. it triggers traumatic memories in me, high school traumatic memories. But since then, I've discovered Bon Bon, and I love Bon Bon. I think it's a beautiful perfume. It is not super like heavy on the floral side like Flower Bomb is. It's more subtle. It's, I think, more mature. I much prefer this one over Flower Bomb. And Flower Bomb, as soon as I smell that, it just gives me almost like an instant headache. It is so strong, that perfume. I got this one from hubby. So this is the Sydney Grace Autumn's Rain palette. This is the first thing that I tried from Sydney Grace Cosmetics, and to be honest, I was a little bit underwhelmed by this palette. I don't love this palette. I find that the deep mattes, they're deep, but they're not the easiest to work with. And I don't love some of the shimmers in here. So these ones down the bottom, they're quite blackened, like they're those really quite deep blackened shimmers. And I don't love that about this palette. So there's some good colors in here. I just barely ever reach for it because, you know, it's not something that I kind of, whenever I think about this palette, I think about like this kind of corner here. And my brain just goes, oh, you don't really like working with that. But there's still some really pretty colors up the top here that I could most definitely work with. So yeah, I need to grab this one out more. Again, same as this one. This should go in one of my palettes that I've neglected videos. We'll give it a try then. But this is a really good quality palette. It's really well designed. Sydney Grace's like own palettes that they create are really well designed and good quality. It's just the color story for me in this one's just not there. It's just not my jam. But the shadows themselves are really pretty. I hope that makes sense. Like the color story together, I don't love, but the actual individual quality of the shadows, it's good. It's good. The last thing I needed to mention was my Mecca birthday gift for 2019. It was the illuminating primer and setting spray set. I've used both of them up since. I didn't love either of them. They were fine while I was working with them. Out of the two, I probably would prefer to get, again, I think the illuminating primer. It gave like a really nice finish on the skin. My foundation always looked really nice over the top of it, but I wouldn't go out of my way to purchase either of them. It was a nice gift. It was a really good gift, I think, compared to previous birthday gifts that I've received from Mecca. But on the whole, I wouldn't go there again. Oh, I also got the Body Shop Almond and Honey set from a friend for Christmas. I had for my birthday. The inside that was the Almond and Honey body wash, the body butter, and a cake soap. I've used up the body wash and the body butter. I liked both of them. I liked the scent, but comparing those scents to other scents that the Body Shop has, much prefer the other scents, like the more fruitier scents as opposed to the almond scent. And the soap cake I currently have in my shower. My recap on my January-February 2019 haul. It's actually quite shocking to look at this and realize actually how old the stuff is in your collection, because for example, like these brushes, I had no idea that I've had these brushes for 2 years now. I thought that, I don't know, you just don't realize how old things are in your collection until you do like a retrospective look at what you've purchased in the past. So yeah, I had no idea, like didn't even realize that these were 2 years old. It's good though, like it reminds you that when you are paying for brushes or you are making an investment into brushes, that they can last a very long time. Let me know if you enjoyed this video and if you like this concept, if you want me to continue doing these videos and like recapping past purchases. I would love to know down in the comments. While you're down there, make sure you do all the YouTubey things, like this video, subscribe to this channel. You can also join my membership and applaud this video while you're down there. That's it for this video, everyone. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. I hope that you are staying safe and healthy and looking after yourself, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, beautiful.